All right, ring ring, hello?
Bryce.
Yeah, yeah.
Bryce, this is Anthony. Just giving you a call back about the form you filled out on Facebook regarding the life insurance for veterans. I'm the underwriter they assigned to you to help you find out what you qualify for. Looks like that you listed that you're in the Army. Is that correct?
Okay. Start again. So do this. Enunciate every word.
Okay.
You got me? Like this is phone sales, and so even little things like this, you got to pay attention to. So you kind of like are speeding through and mumbling them a little bit. Like it's like you're talking in cursive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like enunciate each word. That's what I had to learn that too, because I kind of mumble and mix words, you know what I mean? So I had to really learn how to be intentional about, hey Anthony, this is Bryce, and I'm just giving you a call back about that form you filled out. It was on Facebook about the life insurance for vet, like every single word. You hear
So
me?
it's more of like being sure that you get the point across, and like Facebook is a big
Yeah,
like
yeah,
key
yeah.
to it.
Probably notice I did emphasize Facebook. That's an important like trigger to remind like
Yeah.
what the heck it is I'm calling about. Who the hell's printing? Hang on. But yeah, sorry, dude. Damn Wi-Fi printer. People just think they can connect and throw stuff in there. Um, all right, so sorry if that's annoying, but we'll start from the top. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, ring ring. Hello?
Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce, this is Anthony. I'm just giving you a call back about the form you filled out on Facebook regarding the life insurance for veterans. I'm the underwriter they assigned to you to help you find out what you qualify for. It looks like that you listed that you're in the Army. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Perfect. This will only take a few minutes, Bryce, to narrow down what your options are. Go ahead and do me a favor, please. Grab a pen and paper so you can write down my full name and state license number so you know who you're speaking with.
Okay.
Great. You got that for me?
Yeah, I got it.
Great. My name is Anthony. That's Anthony. Last name Walters, Walters. And my insurance license number is 4490349.
Okay.
Got that?
I do.
Perfect. I'm also going to text you a copy of my California insurance license so you have it for your records. I'm required to provide this before we go over anything. I just sent it over right now. Can you just confirm that you have received that, please?
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect, Bryce. My job is very simple. I help you find where you can get coverage for the lowest possible cost, okay? So whether it's a VA sponsored plan or a private company, it doesn't matter to me. I have access to everything, so I just help you find what's best for you. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right, Bryce. Just so I know how I can help, are you looking into life insurance because you already have some in place and want to add more, or do you not have any set up yet?
I don't have any set up yet.
Perfect, Bryce. Is that because you didn't think you could qualify for anything or afford it, or have you just not taken the time to look into it?
Um, I guess I just haven't taken the time.
Not a problem, Bryce. Is it fair to say you're ready to stop putting this off and get it taken care of?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what it costs, but I know that I need to do something.
Absolutely. Now, who do you have in mind as the beneficiary? The person
Yo,
you
let's
want to
let's
lead the
let's stop
coverage?
right there. To do something. Good job, dude. All right. There's if y'all are doing this, like if anybody, Jason, anybody who sells 20 plus thousand dollars a month, as we're doing these role plays, if you guys wouldn't mind like take notes. Red, when you're listening to this, take notes of like little pieces, like okay, this here. Like as people are doing this, I just write down scribble scrabble.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
taking notes.
So it's like the more we can all help each other, the better. Because my lens is my lens. Okay. But if I say something right and you're like, and Red's like, yo, dude, I wrote down the same thing. Make sense? Or hey, what about this when he said this? Like, let's all help each other. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with you're reading. I was gonna ask, are you reading? But you're reading, right?
Yeah.
I can tell. Okay. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
On your release. it didn't sound like you were reading. What changed?
I think just the enunciation. I had left, I don't know, just making sure I enunciated everything. It didn't like flow. I felt that it didn't flow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah. On your
for some reason.
release, your
Yeah.
release was flowing. That sounded like you were reading and trying to over enunciate, which turned into choppy.
Yeah.
Anybody else agree? Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Heard
Okay.
the same.
All right, good. Because I was like, dude, this is all good stuff, dude. And thank you for stepping up. All right. Um, when you got to that why, all right, so we got that choppy, sounds like you're reading, you can handle that. Okay. Now, when he gets to the why, right? I haven't taken the time. Don't be so quick to assume that he's ready to take care of it now. Okay, you kind of jump to that. All right, so I assume that you're tired of waiting around and you want to take care of this. Then he goes, well, if you're going to set yourself up for a lot of halfy answers because they're unsure, they're really not there with you yet. So when he goes, I haven't had the time, and you go, dude, what's been getting in the way? Silence. Do you like, I promise you, dude, open like these questions with silence will lead your prospect to telling you everything you need to know about them in order to help. So Bryce, if we get to that point, right, and we're going, hey, I just haven't had the time. All right, Bryce. So you got time to talk to me today, man. What's been getting in the way? How do you respond to that, Bryce? What's been getting in the way of you taking care of this insurance?
Well, I just wasn't really sure if I needed it. I think the VA is gonna pay for all my burial stuff.
Who's going to pay for it?
Well, I'm a veteran, so I think it's covered. I think there's something through the VA that helps with that.
Right. Yeah. Well, they give you a little bit, right? But most of the time, folks are calling me and reaching out to us because they realize as good as the VA is supposed to be, it's not that good for you. So I'm assuming you've heard that there's not that much, or were you just looking for something additional on top of what you assume they're going to give you?
Yeah, kind of just in case that not everything's covered, I guess. So some
Not
more.
everything's covered. Okay. All right. Well, I can get you the information on what you have. You can talk to the VA about what you actually have. What did you have in mind, though, to add on, saying that that's already covered? How much did you want to leave for them and why?
Um, I don't I don't know if I have an amount. I just know that
Okay.
like, if I'm cremated, that they're not having to pay for any the cremation.
Oh, so you are under the understanding that the VA is not going to cover everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, you asked why I hadn't set it up to this point, so I
Right.
just yeah, I mean, I thought I knew they're going to help with something, so I don't know. I
Got it. Okay. You knew they help with something.
Yeah,
I'm informing you that they help with nothing, pretty much.
okay,
Okay. So if you looking to be buried or cremated?
cremated.
Cremated. All right. So you're going to need at least, $5,000, $7,000 for that. Okay. But have you talked to anybody in the past about this, or you just been procrastinating on this?
Yeah, just I haven't talked to anybody. I saw your guys' ad, so I'm getting older. Again, I just figured it was time.
Okay. So is it fair to say you're tired of procrastinating and put this thing off? And if we find something that fits your budgets and your needs, we can take care of this today?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I said the same thing you said, just found out a lot more about him in between I got there. You with me? Like
Yeah.
those things in that why are not for you to read in that order. And if you read them in that order back to back to back, you'll turn a lot of people off. Do you guys read the script and where it gets to the why? I think we should put in the why. Let's edit it and say, don't do these things as they're typed. Use them as needed and be a human and embellish and really care about people. Maybe we should type that right there.
Yeah.
And I'm being facetious and real at the same time. Makes sense? But it's like, this is the piece that if we're not getting in there interested in them, dude, we're going to get out of that wide in the structure and be in no man's land once we get that time to like actually do stuff. And if you don't have a real why to reiterate once you get to the financial inventory, you're screwed. It's all based on how much it is and what they perceive is valuable. And a lot of our clients don't perceive the value in insurance as it should be. They look at it like they're buying something from 7-Eleven and they need to get it on discount. And do they get a rewards deal when they swipe their card? It don't work that way. You with me, you guys?
Yeah.
So let's get back, Anthony. Let's go again. All right. Dig into that why.
Hey, Dom, real quick, I was going to just give
Yeah.
just a little
Yeah,
bit of
we can.
feedback real quick. So, I mean, obviously, I wrote down a lot of stuff too, but at the very beginning, obviously, Anthony, you were going a little bit fast, and then when you slowed it down, it kind of made you uncomfortable because you're not used to being slowed down, and that's okay too. You just got to get used to doing that. So, I think that's why you kind of just were reading the script, making sure you did every word. But I mean, that's obviously going to take practice. And then when it comes to the part where you're asking them, do you have current life insurance now? Are you looking to add to it? Are you looking to, do you already have some in place? All that question there can open up a huge, huge conversation of not just have you had any in the past? Well, yeah, I had some 2 months ago. I had some 6 years ago. Like that, they're going to tell you if this guy never had any his whole entire life, you're going to know how to sell this guy, as opposed to I had something 3 months ago and I couldn't afford it. You document all that stuff, write that stuff down. How long has it been? And he's going to open up to you and tell you all that stuff because, or have you already been talking to somebody? Yeah, I talked to somebody. They gave me this price, and I'm just trying to, it just helps. The more information that they give you, the easier it's going to be for you to make that sale.
Absolutely. Maybe I'm gonna type this in here, but during the why they need insurance, yes. But what has their journey been like before they got to you is really what I want to know as well. Think back to a lot of your presentations, sales, no sales. How many of those folks did you know when they got on the market? I think when people on selling real estate, like you get an agent, like they want to know, like if you're changing it, like, dude, how long you been looking for a house? Like you just get on the market or you've been on the market for a year and a half? The way I'm going to approach that client is completely different, right? How many clients are we trying to serve and we don't even know where they are as a potential the journey to the destination of getting life insurance? We just assume that we're the first person they talk to. We assume they have nothing. We assume why wouldn't they just get it because they have nothing and they filled out a form. It's not that obvious. Seems like it should be, right? Seems like it should be very obvious. Like, dude, they fill out a form, duh, just get it. But we got to figure out where they were. All right? Where they were to get to you. Think about that. Be like, what questions do I ask? Ask questions that will give you the info of how they got to you. And what does that look like?
Yeah, I think a lot of agents, and I've done this before in the past, but I think a lot of agents feel like that they're being nosy, like, and they don't want to ask the question and dig deep. But we're talking about life insurance. We need to know about what we're going to sell them. So they'll open up to you. But I think a lot of agents don't want to like ask all these questions like, okay, well, where does your kid live? What does your kid do? Or, what are they going to do? I mean, I feel like agents feel like they're being intrusive, but you're not. They'll start opening up once you start talking to them. I promise you that they're not gonna hold back.
These people go from they don't know us at all, and we're supposed to give them direction to what to do to protect their family. And if we don't ask the questions, they're not going to tell us. And I think this just is you got to be interested, and it makes your job so much easier. It does. Do you know what I mean? You'd rather be asking a lot of these questions on the front end than on the back, trying to figure out what happened. So let's
And I mean, the last thing to that is like the other thing about asking questions on the front end is like if you do get somebody that's like so standoffish and just like will not answer questions, dude, they're not gonna give you the information we need later on. You know what I mean? So like if we can't paint a picture now of why you're on the phone, don't waste your time them telling you now when you get to numbers and all that. Like I'm kind of like trying to dig to test like is this person somebody worth spending my time on the phone with? Like are they going to engage in this back and forth to allow me to help them? Or are they going to be so standoffish that when it gets to the important stuff that they're not going to give me anything? Like I want to figure that out early so I don't waste my time. So a lot of this stuff isn't just about helping close. It's about helping eliminate people that are going to waste your time so you can find people that are ready for you to help so you can close them.
I'm sorry. I was going to say one last thing about that. I had a guy not too long ago who I asked all the questions, and he told me that he had a notebook, been shopping for 3 months, every single company out there. He's got all their prices, all the stuff. And if I would have asked that question, I would have been I would have been added to his list. So he told me what he wanted and what he needed. And it was like a 20-minute sale. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't ask those questions, I'll be another guy on his list.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so real. Dude, I remember on the field, it was a Sunday. I was in LA and I pull up this appointment. And the guy's outside watering his lawn at 8 a.m. Okay. That's when you know it's about to be good. Okay. So I get out the car and I get out the car and he goes, all right, you're the fourth person to come over here. You're the fourth person to come over here. Tell me what you got and I'll make a decision later. I said, bro, I'm gonna be the last person that comes over here. Okay? Like, I'll be the last person that comes over. I'm not even actually gonna go into your house until you let me know that you're gonna buy insurance today because I'm not gonna be the fourth person you spoke to about something you know you need. This is our first interactions. He goes, well, shit, if the third person would have done that, he'd be in the house right now. I would argue you wouldn't even be here. I said, ain't that some shit? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't sit there and just act. Don't just be their entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Like, I had a guy, I go up to his house in Boston. He goes, what's your pitch? I go, I played outfield. I didn't pitch. He goes, what? Your sales pitch? I go, bro, if you thought that I had a sales pitch, you pitched this lead to me. I'm at your door. I'm about to knock it out the park. Let me in the house. Took my shoes off, rolled them up a $5,000 policy. Premium, 5 AP. You gotta be willing to get uncomfortable and stand on what you believe in. Because there's no doubt, like, they're just trying to mess with you. Two questions. They're either trying to mess with you or they genuinely want information. What's your pitch? You think he genuinely wants my pitch or he's trying to mess with me? When somebody goes, what you got? You think they really want to know what you got or are they trying to mess with you? Make sense? Like, think about
Company
those.
do you work with?
Yeah, what company you work with? You think they really want to know? So what do I say? I work with all of them. They say, what company you work with? All of them? And just wait. What you mean? Like all? Yeah, all of them, bro. All of them. Why you ask me that though? Well, I just wanted to know. Well, you know, you got you got an encyclopedia with all the insurance companies in there, and like, if I told you America, you'd be able to find them and see what they're. Dude, you're just trying to mess with me. But be clear, I'm not offended. That might have worked on the last person, but not on me. Let's go. I mean, you just let people know that you're aware of what's happening. You're not the first person they've talked to, most likely. And when you approach it like you're not the first person, most likely, they start to act right. When I was new, everybody was new to me. They acted real brand new. So I got real brand new results. Some of you have been here a year or so, you're starting to understand that, like, wow, it ain't just me and them, it's me, them, and thousands of other agents calling them as well. Yeah. Yep. And they fill out a lot of leads. And once you start understanding that, a lot of the stuff we're talking about makes all the sense in the world of like, oh, okay, I get it. I get why you want your no close with a 90-year-old to be 1 minute. Makes sense? It's like if I call somebody in there and I see on there that they're above the age of 88, 89, right when I call them up, that's the first thing I say. Yo, hey, I just want to make sure. You 90? Yep. Hey, man, good for you, bro, but you too old to get insurance. Okay? So, like, just let you know, just don't fill these things out no more. And hopefully you got everything you need. Have a good day. I don't hear their story. I don't have anything to really talk to them about. Now, you said he had a 72-year-old wife. I quickly go, hey, so your wife's old enough to get insurance, though. I need to talk to her. You with me? To save your time, Christina.
In fact, I did say that.
To save your time. And if you don't bite on that, hey, I gotta go. Be real good with just hanging up on people. They're good with hanging up on you guys, right? They're super good with hanging up on you guys. Or us. When I say you guys, I mean us. I get hung up on too. But you don't hang up on them. You always say bye. Okay, bye. Bye. What? What are you saying bye to, bro? I'm out of here. Click. Click. I don't click. Before you can even say no, I already hung up. Click. Didn't you might watch that Key and Peele thing I was telling you about? Get good at it. Hang up the phone. They actually want you more. That old bye and amicable, see you later, that ain't gonna cut it. All right.
I
So
bet people call
Anthony,
me
let's rock
back.
again. All right.
I bet people call me back after hanging up on them.
For sure.
Yeah, they'll call you back.
Look, did you hang up on me? I was like, yeah, I had somebody else to call. That was rude. I was like, no, it's rude that you filled out a form and told me that you don't want to take care of your family. I'm hanging up again. Bye. Just like that. Just like that. And I don't give a damn. There ain't one piece of me that's like, I feel bad for them. I'm like, fool, I just spent $1,500 on my leads. I spent $1,500 on my leads. Why would I be like, no, I'm not, I don't know. Uh-uh. But if you spend $50 on your leads and you're hedging your bets, you know what I mean? You may not feel that way. You know, when you're invested heavy in your business, you start to believe in what you're doing, or you get pissed off and bothered. I was talking to Chris, we were talking last week about some of your situation. I'm like, dude, when you get pissed off and bothered, things change. When you get pissed off and bothered, you get through that comfort zone and you get uncomfortable. You know? So, but the why. So Anthony, let's get back into that why. All right. And let's get in there a little bit more. Listen to him more.
You want me to start from the top or just
Start from the top. Let's start from
okay?
the top. Yep.
All right. Ring, ring. Hello.
Hey Bryce.
Yeah.
Hey Bryce, this is Anthony. Just giving you a call back about that form you filled out on Facebook. It was regarding the life insurance for veterans. I'm the underwriter they assigned to you to help you find out what you qualify for, all right? It looks like that you listed that you're in the Army. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was in the Army.
Perfect. All right, Bryce, it'll only take a few minutes to narrow down what your options are. Can you do me a favor? Go ahead and grab a pen and paper so you can write down my full name and state license number so you know who you're speaking with, please.
Okay.
Great. Again, my name is Anthony. That's Anthony Walters, Walters. And my insurance license number is 4490349.
Okay.
Perfect. You got that for me?
I do. Yep.
Awesome. I'm also going to text you a copy of my California insurance license just so you have it for your records. All right.
Okay.
Can you just confirm that you got that for me, please?
Yeah, I see it.
Awesome. Thank you, Bryce. So my job is very simple. I help you find where you can get coverage for the lowest cost. All right. So whether it's a VA sponsored plan or a private company, it doesn't really matter to me. I got access to everything, and I could just help you find what's best for you.
Okay.
So, are you looking into life insurance because you already have some in place or want to add more? Do you not have any set up yet?
No, I don't. I don't have me set up yet.
All right, no problem. Is that because you didn't think you could qualify or could afford it? What do we got? Haven't taken the time to look into it?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess just budget, I'm 75 and so I just think insurance might be too expensive for me at this point.
Okay, well, what is your budget right now?
Um,
Like, what are we budgeting? Like,
I don't know if I've thought of like a budget yet. I just feel like I see stuff. I've talked to some other people, and it just seems like everything is crazy expensive because I'm 75 and I've some diabetes and stuff.
yeah, I got you. Well, what have you seen? What have other people been talking to you about? Just need to know some details.
Um, I don't know. They're all wanting like $100.
Okay, no problem. Well, the good news is that we can find a plan that fits for you. Okay. Um, I'm a broker. I work with a lot of different companies, so we can definitely find something that fits your budget and fits your plan. Does that sound good?
Okay.
All right, Bryce, thank you. And going off of that, who do you have in mind as the beneficiary?
It'd be my son.
Your son? How old is he?
I think 50 now.
Nice. And where do they live? They live far from you or close by? What do we got?
Um, yeah, he's not too far from me.
How many hours? A couple hours, hour and a half?
Okay, cool. We'll cut it there. So with that why stuff, dude, first of all, like when it comes to this type of stuff, like that's why just getting on the phones and like doing these role plays is so important, right? Because you asking these que the only way that you're going to get better and get more comfortable at digging and asking questions is by doing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you going through awkward role plays and you going through awkward conversations on the phone with clients is literally the only way to get better. Right? Like when people start on the phones, a lot of times like, I'm not sure if my script's sounding good, but it's like, look, I hear you, but if you're at this point, if you've passed your release, it's time to talk to people. You know what I mean? So like, Anthony, I just want to commend you on like just implementing, at least doing something. You know what I mean? Just like asking questions. And it's not going to be perfect yet, and don't expect it to be. But like the more that you just talk to people and you'll be like, all right, so that didn't come out right. Let me ask it differently this time. You know what I mean? Let me make the adjustment. Maybe that question isn't relevant. Like if everybody you're asking when you ask how old your kid is, if they're always like, I don't mean not, like maybe don't ask how old their kid is. If you're talking to people in their 60, like 70s plus, you know what I mean? They're like, I forget, it was a long time ago. You know what I mean? So like just stuff like that. Like, dude, you gotta like so just be talk to people, be aware of it, and make the changes based off of that. But in terms of like the digging deeper into the why, um, so I said, so let's run back through it, right? So I said I didn't think I could afford it, right? I'm too old for this. You know what I mean? And I kind of told you like, yeah, I've been talking to some other agents. So I wouldn't necessarily just come out and straight up ask what your budget is for this. Just try to get an idea of like, okay, like you're continuing to submit these requests. You know what I mean? Like, what is it that like I would probably dig deeper into beneficiary and who the what like why this is important to him. And then let him know, like, look, all right, cool. Well, like everybody that I've been able to help today has been on a fixed income like yourself. You know what I mean? Relate it to everybody else. So don't worry, everybody that I've helped today has been on a fixed income. But assuming, and add this, I should probably add this in the script, but like add this into your repertoire. Assuming we could find something that you understand, it covers your needs, and fits your budget, is there any reason why we wouldn't submit an application, see if we can get you approved? Like just that, like some people, you have to ask some more questions, but you just need like a deeper level of verification that they're going to do business with you today. Does that make sense? Or at least going to give you like yourself an additional chance. Like, you know what I mean? So just try to and think of and as you're going through these and getting better at asking these why and digging deep questions, dude, just have a feel for am I getting a surface level answer or did I feel I dug into like the actual reason? You know what I mean? It's okay to ask a question again. Or like, hey, Anthony, it seems like you're kind of giving me some kind of surface level like vague answers here. Like, is there is there something I'm missing? You know what I mean? Like just level with them. Like make it okay for them to tell you what's really going through their head. Because once they tell you, all right, this is my concern, this is my problem, like, okay, cool, now we can address it and now we can move forward. Right? Okay, you've talked to seven other people. Like, Anthony, just let me ask you a question. How come you haven't set it up yet? What's prevented you from setting it up so far? Well, they all want like $100. Got it. How much coverage are you looking at? Just roughly. It was like 8,000. Okay, and it's all been around $100? Yep, cool. So does that tell you that it's pretty much all the same across the board? So I probably don't have anything different than all these other people. So my question to you is like knowing that it's all the same across the board, like you're 75 and you still don't have your coverage set up. So you mentioned that Bob is your beneficiary. If this is important enough to you, knowing that it's the same across the board, if I can find something that that you can afford that makes sense to you and covers what you need to cover, is there any reason why we wouldn't submit an application today? You know what I mean? I'm leveling with him. I'm letting him know like, dude, it's all the same across the board. Why today? Like why do you continue to submit these requests? Does that make sense? Just like
Yeah.
just stay there because when you get surface level stuff and then all of a sudden we're 25 minutes into an appointment, you know what I mean? And we're like, okay, cool. Like I got through the script, I got through some health, I got his income. Now I don't really know what to do because I don't really know how I can help him. You know what I mean? You feel stuck. So when you feel good about, okay, this is who his beneficiary is, this is why he doesn't have insurance, this is who he's looking at, or this is the reason he needs insurance and what he's looking to cover, like you feel really good about showing numbers and like actually solving a need versus just kind of throwing stuff out there and hoping it sticks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Jason, anything else on that?
I just kind of wrote down, I mean, like Bryce said that I'm too old to get it. So what I would do in that situation is just, hey, don't worry about that. I just helped somebody who was 82. Obviously you don't want to wait that long. I mean, obviously give them hope for gain on that as well. But just let them know that it's okay that he's doing it now, but we got to hurry up and kind of get this going. And when it comes to like budget and talking about that kind of stuff and numbers, I don't like to talk to that about that until like 15 minutes in. I mean, I try and avoid it. Budget, don't worry about that. We're getting to that in a little bit. I mean, obviously, if you can't afford it, we're on the phone. You obviously put the request in, so we'll figure out something. But I always like to wait to I mean, I sometimes don't give numbers until I'm in an application and all that. I mean, until the very end. So if you can just kind of brush around that, acknowledge it, of course. But if he tells you the numbers, then take it and write it down. But I mean, I wouldn't dig really, really deep into, well, what can you pay now? Would you need to be at 50, 60?
Yeah,
All that stuff is not going to get you anywhere. You're going to be just a quoter and you probably won't make the sale.
100%. And sometimes you do need to I say get thorough answers to everything, but dude, until sometimes we need to find out who they're looking to protect. Like when you have a name, when you have a beneficiary and their relation to them, it's a lot easier to kind of tie things back to that. You know what I mean? God, okay, I hear you, but what we're talking about here is making sure that Bob isn't having to come out of pocket for all this your stuff when you die, right? You know what I mean? Like it just is powerful, like to use a beneficiary's name throughout an appointment. So it's a good like I'll sometimes just like skip to that if I'm getting some pushback earlier than got it. Hey, Anthony, just so I know I can help. Who did you have in mind? Who did you want to leave this coverage behind for? Even if I'm not there yet in the script, right? Oh, I mean, it'd be my wife. Got it. Okay. What's your wife's name? Okay, cool. Like get some info about her. Got it. Okay. So what we're talking about here is Nancy and making sure she's not in a tough spot when you die, right? Yep. You know what I mean? Like take them like a big point of these questions in this part of the script is to bring them back to the place that they were when they filled out the form. That's what I'm always trying to think of. Like, how can I get you back to when you submitted this request, the thoughts that were going through your head? How can I get you back to that spot? Because just not everybody's just going to give it to you right away. You know what I mean? And so they were thinking of somebody. They were always thinking of, I'm never confused that they were thinking of somebody and they were thinking of some like situation, whether it's, God, my mortgage is going to be tough for her. My burial is going to be tough for her. Like I don't want to die with a legacy of not leaving anything behind, like not leaving any money for my kids. Like I know every single time when somebody fills out a form for life insurance, they were thinking those things. Never be confused about that. They're not always going to tell you, but they were thinking those teams, I promise you. Because anytime you've made a sale, they've brought those up, right? Those clients aren't any different than anybody else, other than we were just able to get it out of them. So, what questions do we need to ask to get them back to that point when they're thinking of the person and like the feeling of what this insurance is going to do for them? See what I mean?
I was just going to add to something on that. I mean, what you want to do is put these people in that actual situation of them dying and seeing what's going to happen. Like if you died yesterday, how's it going to look today? And then obviously, find out how it's going to look for their spouse or kids or whoever, because they're not going to see it. All they see right now is I got another bill I got to pay. I got to, and they could just say, well, I got life insurance, I'm good to go, and that's it. But when you get them to like actually spend the money and actually like feel it and see what's going to happen, because they're not going to be here, but if they can see what's going to happen to their family, then that's going to build the value. And that's where they're going to be like, well, maybe I can set aside something else and not pay for this and just make sure I can pay. I could probably pay 150 a month now because I'm just going to get rid of this over here. Like they'll find a way if you actually build that value enough.
100%. 100%. Tyree, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Camera on, bro. Don't hide on trainings because it's role play time. All
Um,
right, dude. Let's
All
start
right.
from the top.
All
All right.
right.
What's up, Red?
I had one quick thing I think we kind of overlooked for Anthony.
Okay.
Just really quickly, because I think it applies to everyone. The biggest thing that I picked up on, just that really stuck out to me is your posture is very broken over there. You're laid back, got your legs up. And when you talk to clients, they can hear and feel that. So you have to, before you do anything, correct your posture. You should be sitting up straight into your chair, feet down, in more of a dominant posture. Does that make sense? I think that'll really help and take you a long way. But yeah, I just wanted to add that really quickly.
I mean, I hear you. That's just my way of like relaxing and not trying to, because when I was up and like this reading, I was reading like a robot, but then like when I'm back here, I'm not reading, I'm more just going off my own like my own script, if that makes sense. Like am I putting it in my words and how I need to flow. That's just kind of like I don't know. But
Yeah,
I
dude,
hear you.
you don't want to, psych yourself out for sure. So whatever you got to do to, dude, it's just normal. I do this all day. Everybody buys, everybody picks up the phone. You know what I mean? So definitely generally relaxed, but still, I think what he's saying is the you just kind of just listen back to this and you'll hear it. You know what I mean? Of just more of a posture of authority. Does that make sense? And dude, so much of it comes with reps. You know what I mean? So that's just gonna come. And when you have this script down like the back of your hand, it's so much easier the for it to come out like that. So again, that's why reps are so important. But just always, you know, and again, dude, it's one of those things where phone sales is different. Like in-person sales, you can get away with more, right? But phone sales, they're judging so quick. So when Red's saying that, dude, it's just about he knows the difference between the posture that people don't take seriously and the posture that people do, right? And so these are just little changes to give yourself a chance to capture as many people's attention as possible. Um, all right, cool. All right, Tyree, from the top, you ready?
Ring,
All right,
ring. Hey, Bryce.
I'll start it off. So ring ring, hello?
Hey, Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce, this is Tyree. I'm just giving you a call back about the form you filled out on Facebook regarding the life insurance for veterans. I'm the underwriter they assigned to help you find out what you qualify for. It looks like you were listed in the Army. Is that correct?
I was, yep.
Perfect. This will only take a few minutes to narrow down what your options are. Do me a favor real quick, Bryce, and grab a pen and a paper so you can write down my full name and state license number so you know who you're speaking with.
Okay.
All right, my first name's going to be Tyree. It's going to be spelled T-Y-R-E-E. R E. And my last name, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's going to be spelled Gaskin, and it's going to be said as Gaskin. My full name's Tyler Gaskin. So let
Okay.
me know when you're ready for my Arizona state license number, Bryce.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, it's going to be 2168129. Did you get that, Bryce?
I did. Yep.
Perfect. I'm also going to send you a copy of my Arizona insurance license so you have it for the records. I'm going to send it through text message. Can you confirm that you just received that?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, Bryce. So my perfect. So my job is very simple. I help you with finding where you can get coverage for the lowest cost. So whether it's a VA sponsored plan or a private company, it doesn't matter to me because I have access to everything. So I just help you find, what's affordable, but also what, gives you the peace of mind. So I want to know how best I could help you. Are you looking into life insurance because you already have something in place and want to add more, or you don't have anything set up at all yet?
I do have some life insurance already.
Oh, so you're just looking to add a little more, coverage onto the top.
Right. Yeah.
And how much coverage do you currently have, Price?
Um, I think it's about like 15,000.
15,000. And what are you trying to get up to? Because it looks like the 15,000 will already cover your burial or cremation. I'm guessing you want burial. You want to be buried?
Yeah, but that's all already taken care of.
Yeah, so you're looking to leave a little extra for, the
Okay,
family.
cool, cool. Good job. Good job, dude. I mean, you sound really good. And from like a tonality, tempo, posture standpoint, I don't really have a ton of notes there unless somebody else does. Um, but in terms of that part right there, dude, like I already have some life insurance is you're gonna get that a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so we don't let it trip you up, the fact that they already have life insurance. In fact, the easiest appointments will be people that have some life insurance, so they already know the process and everything, but they just want to add on a little bit more, or they're just looking to supplement what they already have. So you know what I mean? So don't get so assumptive like, oh shoot, okay, well everything's already paid for. You already got 15,000. Like so like, you know what I mean? Just assume got it. So I'm assuming you're just looking to add to or supplement your existing coverage, right? And now in terms of an amount, don't get like move away from an amount of coverage because if we start getting too tied up in amounts of coverage, I could be 82 and you're like, well, shoot, now that you ask, I want 20,000, but I only make 1,300 a month and I can only afford five. So it's not necessarily about an amount. It's more of what are we looking like, what do we want this coverage to accomplish? So just you did everything was solid, dude, but just replace that question instead of asking how much more do you want? Just ask, got it. So on top of that 15,000, like what were you looking to accomplish, or what do you feel the gap is in what you already have, but what you need to help your family? Does that make sense? Like, are you concerned that what you have may not be enough to cover the initial cost of like the funeral final expenses? Or were you wanting some extra to help cover like bills like a mortgage or something else like that? Does that make sense? So to get more of the concept of what they want additional coverage to do for them as opposed to getting too tied up in amount because you can get yourself in trouble there.
Yeah, I think I definitely so I want to ask though, is that where somewhere you know, like after you said they already have coverage, is that somewhere I should ask who their beneficiary is, or should I just let it flow still until
Yeah,
I get to
like the order of this isn't like crazy important. Does that make sense? So if you got, okay, cool. So who did you have in mind as a beneficiary? Who would you want to leave any additional coverage behind for?
yeah,
My
uh,
daughter. Got it. Okay. So in terms of what you want to help your daughter with, are you concerned that the coverage you have now will not be enough to cover your final expenses and you want some more to help with that? Or
yeah, that's
are you concerned about like replacing lost income, covering bills like a mortgage, you know, something like that. You know what I mean? And so get an idea of, okay, have some, what's that gap in your mind of what you need to help your daughter out with? Got it. Cool. I appreciate letting me know that. You know, just lets me know how I can help you. Here's how we're gonna do this. Does that make
All
sense?
right. Yeah. Um, okay.
But that was good, dude. Any other feedback from Red, Zach, Jason?
I thought he did really, really good. I would say, and this is just very light critiquing, but maybe slow down just a little bit because I did feel a little bit rushed. But I would say, because I did that too. I used to talk really, really fast, and I used to like force myself to slow down. But I would say that you're still fast but clear, and that was good. I like that. But just slow down just a little bit, you know. Other than that, everything actually went very, very smooth. And as far as the beneficiary, I like to bring that up early in the mix because I like to talk about it a lot. So bringing up the beneficiary, you asked that question, I would say bring it up
Yeah.
sooner than later. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like I went, I think when I wanted them to pause, so I gave them my, license number and my name. I think that's the only time I went a little bit slow. And then I just went a little bit fast. I feel like because I am reading off the script on the computer, but I feel like as I read it more, I think I'll be able to slow down. But I'm gonna take that.
No doubt. Good job, dude. Cool. We'll get this recording out to you guys. Like, dude, for both of you and Scott, I'll get you yours from the other day. I promise you 100% you'll make the most changes just from hearing yourself. You know what I mean? And so this is good feedback. It'll help you guys, but go back, listen to these, and you 100% will make adjustments to tone, tempo, posture, all that from hearing yourself. It's the best thing you can do, and for everybody else as well. Cool. Anybody have any questions about anything else before we go?
I
Sweet.
think Crystal, you're going to do your release today. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Good luck, Crystal. All right, you guys. We'll see you on here tomorrow. Everybody else have a great day, and we'll jump back to live dials.